Hi everybody, my name's Alison. Welcome to my channel, Ancient Oak Psychic Arts. Today I'm going to go ahead and do a general reading for the sign of Aquarius. So everybody, welcome in and welcome back. I hope you're having a beautiful week. Let's go ahead and check in on the energy for Aquarius. Okay, so that's one card wanted to come out. That is going to be the Hanged Man, first card out. Let's go ahead and get the rest of them. We have Two of Wands. We have Ten of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords, we have the Six of Cups. For your opportunity, the Devil, don't be afraid of the Devil. For your challenge, we've got the Seven of Wands. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the energy. Let me get this lined up for you. All right. So, what do we have? So how do I read? We've got your energy right here, Aquarius. Recent, past, present, and your future. Guidance and advice from spirit. Opportunities and challenges. So the first thing I notice when I look around the rooms, we have two major arcanas. Opportunity, the Devil. Recent, past is going to be the Hanged Man energy. So that's out of the 8 anchor cards, that's that big sweeping energy that takes place over months and years, whereas everything else is the minor arcana, your day-to-day activities and routines. So this is really going to be focused on your immediate. All right, first card out, Hanged Man. This is you going into a time of deepening, taking a pause, taking a time out, looking at things differently in your life, looking at your relationship to the people around you, your career, maybe looking at your finances, your health, your spiritual connections. I feel that a lot of what this is it's you and your relationship to yourself and your relationship also to the external world. This is allowing you just to take that pause and to really feel into things. You're going into a time of deepening, you're gathering some information, and when you're done, see, he's suspended in amber in a tree. When you're done, you're going to come out transformed. There's something about this time in your recent past where you really needed to go and take that time out to gather information. Your present energy is the Two of Wands. This is you clarifying your intention. You needed this information to figure a few things out, and you're still working on that. You're trying to figure out what direction to go in, who you want to associate with, doing a check-in on your career. What's your relationship to your finances and your health? How about education? Do you need to take another course, right? You're kind of looking at everything right now, and that's perfect because you're keeping your eye on the prize. This is the Ten of Pentacles in your near future. Oh, everybody wants the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, and you just got this. So this is really talking about friends, family, pets, pet under the table. We're looking at also the enlightenment to know what is important, to keep your eye on that prize. This is not you being shallow. This is not you being superficial. This is you really looking to see what is near and dear to your heart and what are you striving towards. This is the Ten of Pentacles, so it's in the earthly realm. That is going to be in relationships with friends, family, pets, of course, maybe having a child, maybe looking at your career and retirement. Again, looking at finances, your health, location, relocation, your housing situation, travel. Looking at your next vacation. It's summertime. Maybe this is something where you're keeping your eye on the prize. Maybe you were going to go to Europe and now you're going to have a family reunion wherever you live, right? You're looking at these different things and asking yourself, what is it that you want? So, and to strive towards it. That's the key, to strive towards it. Okay, let's go ahead and get clarifiers. Powerful energy. You are definitely on point to really get a lot of knowledge coming in about your situation. Sorry, I knocked over my light. It's hard for me to shuffle right in the center because every time I do, the cards go flying. All right, here we go. We have the King of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Eight of Swords, the Six of Swords, we have the Page of Wands, and oh my God, the Ten of Pentacles, clarifying the Ten of Pentacles. Same card, different deck, the traditional card. Wow. of all the cards to have a duplicate of. Wow, that's Spirit saying, if you didn't hear me the first time, I want to make sure you hear me now. And remember, this is your energy that I'm pulling. You are really on point. Like I said, so let's look at this, because you're really going into a time of deepening. This is not you being just lighthearted and having a good time. You're going deep. You know, maybe you had a wake-up call. Something happened and it caused you to reflect on relationships, and career and housing. Maybe it's also where you live, your location, and you're reflecting on, hey, you know, is this really where I want to be? Because maybe something happened and you didn't like it, and this is allowing you to start to make some changes. But you have to go within and take that time out to really reflect on things. Again, being clarified by the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. All aces are gifts and blessings from the universe and new beginnings. And this is that passionate new beginning, the Ace of Wands, out with the old, in with the new. Again, if something happened, maybe this is you releasing that and embracing something new. You know, I always say this in relationships, whether it's friendships or romantic partnerships. Can't quite do it so much with family, because family is family. But you can choose how to associate with family, and you can choose to set boundaries and other things. But this might very well be that maybe somebody started off very loving and supportive, and then all of a sudden, you know, things happen in life. They change, you change, people go in different directions, and suddenly they're not that loving, supportive person anymore. They're going in a different direction, and maybe this was a wake-up call. Right? It could be something at work, something that doesn't resonate with you anymore. Because this king, he plans and prepares for the future, the King of Pentacles. And again, more earth, 10 of Pentacles over here. So this is you understanding your worth and value. And if you don't know your worth and value at this moment in time, that's part of what you're gaining with going within and taking that time out to look at things differently. Like I said, it's you going within. So this is you knowing your worth and value, knowing your resources and knowing how to use them, because you're on point for your next accomplishment, which is this 10 of Pentacles. It is a continuation of this energy. This is you looking for your next win. You're grounded, stable, secure, based in reality. This is you not having your head in the sky thinking it's one thing when really it's another. You've really done the work to try and see things for what they are, because that seeing with clarity allows you to make these smart, educated decisions, and that's something that's coming in. But this is the Ace of Action. You are looking to transform certain aspects of self. All right, let's go ahead and look at your present energy. 2 of Wands being clarified by the 8 of Swords and the 6 of Swords. So clarifying your intention. If you don't have clarity, if you feel stuck or trapped right now, this again is you waiting for that. This is you purposely taking a time out, but this is you feeling trapped. And you might be over processing in the mind. Maybe you gathered so much information, you're still processing it, figuring out what it is that you want to do. This is you sitting with things, right? This is you not making a choice to make a choice, because you want to wait for your clarity and then make a choice. So with this over processing in the mind, this is a self-imposed restriction. So this is you sitting with something because you're trying to figure things out, but I don't feel that you have your clarity yet. Maybe you are not able to see other ways of doing things. And again, sitting with something allows you to start seeing other avenues. When if it triggers an emotional response, or if you feel like you're in survival mode, you're not going to see several moves ahead. You won't be able to see strategically when you're in survival mode. It kind of shuts down. It narrows your aperture. Whereas if you are in a loving vibration and you're feeling very calm, the aperture is wide open and it's expansive. So here I feel like this is you really feeling trapped. And then we've got the 6 of Swords, the card of travel and relocation. So some of you might literally be moving on from a relationship, from a job, from a location, from an incident, right? This is you maybe moving on and going on to I just got from someone a different career. Somebody might actually be doing something completely different, and that necessitates getting a different education now, some type of vocational training. So there's a lot of things that are coming in. But this is you going on to a calmer time in your life. You're leaving trouble behind. So you're leaving this energy behind, because once you figure it out and you have your path, you're able to move on where there's light at the end of the tunnel. Then we have this light at the end of the tunnel in your near future, which is the 10 of Pentacles twice, which is amazing. But with this deck, it's talking about having the enlightenment to know what is important to you. So that tells me you have your clarity in the near future. It's being clarified by 10 of Pentacles again and the Page of Wands. So again, this is you on point. That tells me that there's something really big and near and dear to your heart that you're working towards, because it's here twice. You're so on point. This is you not allowing distractions to come in. They might show up, but this is you really reining it in, not letting it take you one way or another. You're very much on point. This is you removing obstacles, because they might very well come in, but you are definitely focused. And this Page of Wands, this is just taking that enthusiastic first step. This Page of Wands is working with this Ace of Wands. It's allowing you to start moving towards your goal, even if you're taking baby steps. You know what you want and you feel good about it. That's one of the keys here. You feel good about it. You've thought, you've deliberated, right? And you've decided on what it is that you want to start striving towards, what your end game is, your goal is, and you just want to get that ball rolling. Start taking those steps and make it happen. That's your energy, Aquarius. Now let's go ahead and look at the guidance and advice from Spirit. We have 3 cards. We have the Page of Swords, the King of Swords, and the 6 of Cups. So more sword energy, some clarity. Page of Swords. This is Spirit saying, if you feel lost, because remember, you're clarifying your intention and you're blindfolded, if you feel trapped, this card is saying, sit down very calmly and spend 5 minutes thinking about your situation, maybe an hour thinking about your situation, and you'll figure it out. Calm, cool, in control. Take a deep breath. Take a salt bath. Maybe think in your salt bath. Take a walk. Do whatever it is that you need to do to calm down and have that beautiful rhythm come in. Maybe ground yourself out, stand barefoot in grass. Ground yourself and really think about things. And you'll get your answer. You'll have your clarity. We have the King of Swords, another king. Kings are very mature energy. This is about you taking in as much information as possible, synthesizing it, connecting the dots, and making a smart, educated decision. This is you thinking very strategically. Remember, you have your eye on this prize. This is you wanting to win, being very strategic about what you do, how you do it, maybe even who you tell your goals to. Maybe there's certain people you can't share it with because they will create chaos. They will try and be a distraction. They have their own agenda and they will get in your way. So for whatever reason, right? We know those people. So this is something that's coming in. Then we have the 6 of Cups. This is really you enjoying life. This is the card of childhood and nostalgia. This is you going back to that feeling of loving life. And we all know life is hard right now for a lot of people, but this is that moment of you really working through it. And Spirit is saying, if you can, in your heart of hearts, this is you going back to a time before any bitterness or cynicism touched your heart, being able to knock off that black crust that is around the heart and start beating that beautiful red heart again. It is a muscle. Strengthen it. That crust develops because it's a protective mechanism. So this is that moment to remove that and start looking at the positive that's coming into your life. When this card comes up, it's about maybe finding something that really makes you happy and makes you feel young at heart. Because I think that helps motivate you on a personal level to be able to embrace these things that are coming in. And that's a private thing. It might be like she's alone. It might very well be that you find something in your own personal space that you do alone. Maybe it's something in meditation. Definitely strong energy coming in for you. Let's go ahead and get the clarifiers. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Hermit. We have, oh, now how did that come in? I don't do reversals. We have the Three of Cups. And we have the High Priestess. Okay, I know how to. I just choose not to do them. All right, so we have the Page of Swords being clarified by the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So this is that moment where I really feel that once you're in touch with what it is that you desire in a very loving, nurturing way, and that includes loving and nurturing yourself, that self-love and self-care will help you figure out what is going on and the direction it is that you want to go in if you feel lost. This is you not beating yourself up over anything. And maybe this is you also developing that spiritual connection between you and Source. You don't have to go to church. You don't have to belong to a group. But this is your own personal connection to God, guardian angels, ET guides, archangels, ascended masters, ancestors. It is your personal spirit team. Beautiful energy. And then we've got the Knight of Wands. And this is a fast-moving energy. The Knight rushes in and he can turn around and rush right out. This is telling me that your clarity can rush in, that your ability to create structure in your life, what it is that you're going for, it can happen very quickly. Here's the Page of Wands and here's the Knight. I do think that this is saying that you're on a mission to create this for yourself and you have no problem rushing in and making that happen. It is a powerful energy that's coming in, but you're doing it from a position of loving yourself. Whether you're male or female, that is the energy of the cards. So this is really saying, again, have that self-love, self-care. This is you not engaging in self-sabotaging behavior. Powerful energy. Then we have this King of Swords, having that tremendous clarity, knowing how to use it and act upon it is being clarified by the Two of Pentacles and the Hermit. This is you being grounded, stable, secure, really being able to handle just about anything that comes your way. Maybe balancing work and family. This could be work and school. Whatever your big responsibilities are, you're putting it in perspective and in balance. You're not letting it overwhelm you. And that's part of thinking strategically, right? And then with the Hermit, this is going within. This is doing that soul searching and knowing the answers are inside you. There's a lot of soul searching in this reading. We started with the Hanged Man, going within, going deep, clarifying a lot of intentions, gathering a lot of truth and knowledge. So you're really doing that check-in on yourself. And the Hermit, this is all about you gathering that information, that enlightenment, and shining it to the world in your lantern. Maybe you are shining the way. Maybe you're helping your friends and family. You're doing the soul searching and you're leading by example. You might even have dark nights of the soul at times because you're going deep, and that's part of it. You're going to uncover a lot of different things. So the good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful. Then we have the last card in the guidance and advice from Spirit, the Six of Cups. And that's being clarified by the Three of Cups and the High Priestess. This is about celebrating life, celebrating a win, a harvest that's coming in, and it seems to be love related. By love, I just mean having that frequency, that high vibing frequency, whether this is going to be love of self, whether it's friends, family, a romantic partnership, love of career, or a combination thereof. This is that moment where you're just tapped into finding your home, feeling good about the choices that you're making, and it's time to celebrate. Celebrate with the people that are loving and supportive of you. Celebrate with strangers in a hobby group. Maybe you all have something in common there. But the point is, it's to celebrate your wins. Don't just say, oh, I got that, great, on to the next thing. This is you being able to take that time, that moment, and celebrating it. Then we have the High Priestess. This is about you really having that inner knowing and really being open and receptive to receiving divine downloads that are coming in. This is about you being open. I think on an intuitive level, it's helping guide you, but your intellect is ripe in this reading and your ability to take action, but your intuition is also here. But I do believe, as far as this reading is going, is that your intellect is really priority number one. And then we have the High Priestess. Spirit is just reminding you, don't forget about your intuition. It is definitely there to help you. All right, that is the guidance and advice from Spirit. Now let's look at your opportunity and then your challenge. So your opportunity is the Devil. It's called the Liar in this deck. You have an opportunity to see through an illusion, someone or something that is around you that you think is one way or really it's another. And this could be your own interpretation that you're not seeing. You know, like a lot of people, I'm going to use this as an example just because it's easy. So it's kind of like someone that has a drinking issue and they don't know that they have a problem, or they don't think they have a problem. They don't want to acknowledge it, but they do. So it's kind of like there's an illusion there. They see it one way when really it's another. And this is you seeing through that illusion. You have an opportunity to see through that right now, to have this crystal clear clarity. And that's going to allow you to make smart decisions, right? And that's in anything, whether it's relationships or work, location. Maybe this is some beliefs that you had, and now new information has come in and it's cracked an illusion. What you thought was real is no longer real, and you're able to see through it, and now you're able to change your opinion on something. There's nothing wrong with that. That's actually what intelligent people do. New information, it allows you to pivot and grow. So there's some illusion here that you're able to see through. What a fantastic opportunity. Helps you get closer to truth. Then your challenge is the Seven of Wands. So your challenge is to stand your ground, especially around people that might not understand what you're doing. They might have their own agenda, or there might be just a misunderstanding of what it is you're trying to accomplish, because you're trying to accomplish something very big. So is your challenge impossible? No, your challenge means you have to work a little harder at it to achieve it. And when you do, it's incredibly rewarding. But it is in the challenge position. So your challenge is to stand your ground. That tells me that you might not have a support system. And it might even be that maybe you don't have the support system within yourself. Maybe you have a little doubt coming up. So let's go ahead and get some clarifiers and get some information on that. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Nine of Cups. We've got, oh my God, it did it again. Seven of Wands, same card, different deck. Wow. Oh my God, I love it when Spirit does that. Let's get the final card. And the Knight of Cups. Okay. Oh my God, I love it. You've got the Ten of Pentacles on top of each other. We've got the Seven of Wands on top of each other. I don't know if you understand this. So there's 78 cards in each deck, and you just got that twice. That's astronomical. So it's like buy a lottery card kind of energy, right? I'm not telling you to do that. I'm pointing that out. What are the odds? Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at your opportunity. You have the opportunity to see through an illusion right now, and that is being clarified by the Five of Cups and the Nine of Cups. This is the card of loss and bereavement. Maybe you're able to see through a loss and bereavement. Maybe it's the loss of a parent and you had a toxic relationship, and you're able to get more clarity through that, or through anything. It doesn't have to be toxic, but there's some type of loss here, and maybe you built them up to be one way when really they were another, and now you're coming to terms with it. This could be a parent, a loved one. This could be a career. This could be an opportunity that you saw as one way when really it was another. And this could even be an investment opportunity. When if it was, better than it, I can't talk. What am I trying to say? When if it was shiny and new and just looked like it was perfect, but all that glitters is not gold kind of energy. And that is something that I think you are coming to terms with. But the thing with this card is that he's focused on what he has lost. Your illusion. You lost something when you bought into the illusion. That's why when you see through the illusion, then you can turn around and drop this cloak of mourning and be grateful for what you do have. Be grateful for seeing through it. this now becomes the card of gratitude, and you start building your cup energy up again, which is love, your emotions, intuition, connection to source, that subconscious mind. Then we have the Nine of Cups. This is your wish fulfillment. By you breaking that illusion and seeing through it, that's Capricorn energy too, really doing the work on it. You're able to overcome this loss, and now you can actually achieve a goal that you want. Your wish fulfilled. What a phenomenal opportunity. All right, now we have, I love this. Now we have your challenge. So again, not impossible. You just have to work harder at it. You have to work harder at standing your ground, right? Pursuing something that you're passionate about and not letting people really take that away from you, not letting them be a distraction. We've already looked at that over here. That energy is there, not letting them become an obstacle. Again, same card, different deck, Seven of Wands. And then with this Knight of Cups. So what is so phenomenal about this is that it's allowing you, when you look at the table, to walk towards what it is that you love. To be loving, nurturing, and supportive of yourself, and to have your inner circle be that way towards you. It's reciprocated. So this is about you using your imagination to walk towards what it is that you love. What is it that you're trying to create in your life? This is Prince Charming energy. This is you moving forward, not letting anybody get in your way. You're standing your ground, and then you're moving forward. For you to be able to stand your ground, you're doubling down on what it is that you desire. You're doubling down on your end game, your Ten of Pentacles. Wow. I am telling you, Aquarius, this is very strong energy, very phenomenal. We've got your opportunity and your challenge. It's there for everybody, but not everybody grabs it, yet it is available. This is up to your free will to grab that energy. This is your energy, recent, past, present, and your future, and the guidance and advice from Spirit. All right, everybody, that's what I have for you for today. If you could, as always, please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And leave a comment if this resonates with you. And just a reminder, I will be in Boynton Beach, Florida on July 16th. There's still a couple of evening slots available. The days sold out. So in the evening, I've made a couple more spots available. If you are interested, definitely go ahead and book. That will sell out. It always does. So definitely go to the link in the description below. It'll take you to my website, ancientoakpsychicarts.com. There you can go ahead and read more about me. You can book a session, and you can go ahead and sign up for the free newsletter at the bottom of every single page. And if you're looking for Boynton Beach and Sarasota and Naples, then definitely go to, I think my web designer titled it, I think it's called Travel Dates. It's in the navigation bar. And so that will take you to the Boynton Beach. Any issues, sign up for the wait list. And it'll also show you some upcoming locations I will be at. There's more to come. That's just what I'm coming up with right now. I don't have dates for the fall yet. That's going to be Nova Scotia, and then New Brunswick, and then also I will be in Whitefish, Montana. All right, everybody, sending you lots of love. Bye for now.